Hey, Hill.
Hill here.
Gaming.
We have more important matters to attend to. Come with me.
And we're back with part 2 of the mystery of Vault 118.
What does this piece say to you?
Can't be serious.
Please.
I'm here about a
trying to
murder.
Investigate the case.
He's dead. Your questions won't bring him back. We must look forward. This way.
I mean, this robot here is more of a character than the
What does this
dude
one
with the
say?
lavender ascot. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to play along.
It's
Never get
war.
anywhere.
Bombs from every direction. No up or down. The world turned on its head.
I suppose in a way it must be. Art shapes the world, and the world shapes art in return. All art must therefore be constantly reborn through the lens of contextual and historic interpretation. We must ascend.
Can somebody turn that generator down in the background? I don't know how he stays in this room with that thing going off all the time. You know, I feel like I'm in an episode of Lost in Space,
For art without honesty is just
following this
politics.
robot with these treads. Playing along again.
It's cute, I guess. Some people like that kind of thing.
More than you would imagine. Truth be told, this is my best-selling piece. I did this series under a pseudonym, of course. This series has made more money than any of my serious works. And I did the whole thing as a lark. What does that tell you about the value of art to the common man, huh? Hello, detective. Here to broaden your mind through artistic inspiration.
Tell me about yourself.
What is there to tell? I am one of the premier artists in the world. My work is primarily in oil paint, but I have been known to do sculpture or performance art as well.
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
The person you should be looking at is Juliana Riggs. That Philistine would not know art from her own excrement. She and Ezra had a rather dramatic fight recently. You could hear her banshee screeches all the way across the hotel.
What were Juliana and Ezra arguing about?
I don't know. I was painting at the time and I was trying to block it out. Though I bet Gilda probably heard them. Maybe you should check with her.
I think you should explain why you keep returning to the crime scene.
It's for inspiration, detective. The others do not like to think about it, but even we shall die someday. Like Prometheus's torch, it kindles within me the fire to create as much art as I can in the time that I have.
Never mind.
Okay, all I want to do is get out of this room. That crackling generator is just really getting on my nerves and hurting my ears. Anyhow, let's continue on. Whoa, what the? Oh, a decontamination arch. That was a little bit of a surprise there.
Hello, Mr. Whisker.
Hello again.
Who's a pretty kitty?
Need something?
I heard that Juliana and Ezra had an argument a few days before he was found dead. Tell me about that.
Well, I was in my lab at the time, so I didn't hear
My
it.
God, a
Juliana
red
has always
polka
been
dot
rather
bow tie.
critical of Mr. Parker.
Really?
I think she found something in the overseer's office. listening when she told me about it. I kind of had my head in my research. I don't know, really. I try to let her handle all the money stuff. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
Oh, well, that's not really my field of expertise, but I'm sure there are probably some clues at the crime scene. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm a scientist. You've probably met my wife, Juliana, already. I'm not sure what else to say, really. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Tell me about your research.
Well, I was one of the leads on the team that created the first robo-brains, the precursors to our model. Most people don't find it all that interesting, and I'd rather not bore you. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I'm not bored. Let me hear more.
Oh, wonderful. No one else here really wants to talk about it. Functionally, this model is more or less the same as the previous versions I worked on, but without the neural inhibitor and the reconditioning. The voice modulator seems to have some minor issues interfacing with the neural matrix, which can add some moodiness. But that's easily solved with regular tune-ups. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Robo-brains have a voice modulator. Tell me about that.
That's what allows us to recreate our original voices. They can mimic any normal human voice, actually. I've speculated for some time that the issues we had with our recruited subjects is due to the brain attempting to preserve a sense of self. Maintaining our original voices helps reinforce the neural network, sort of like playing music for an Alzheimer patient. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I'd like to
Are
hear
all
more about your
scientists this
research.
addle-brained?
That's really all I should say about it. I mean, it is still classified, but I wanted to help with the investigation. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Maybe later.
Very well. I'll just get back to my work then. Juliana, Mr.
Sure made a
Whiskers
mess of this
died
place, didn't
last
they?
month. This is Scruffy.
This
Remember?
guy must have been like 80 years old when he got his brain transplanted. Heinous. I like your choice of
I
words.
heard you had a big fight with Ezra a few days ago. Care to explain?
Oh, well, it wasn't that big a deal, really. He wanted more money to pay for repairs on the hotel. I wasn't feeling well that day and lashed out a bit at the poor man. I really should have listened to him more.
What's with all the junk in here?
These are our things. We're just waiting till the war blows over so we can bring them back to the mansion.
And she's wearing a surgical mask?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
If you ask me, it's one of those actors. Or that horrible painter. Their type is always the cause of violence.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Juliana Riggs, heiress to the Riggs fortune and wife of Bert Riggs.
Oh,
I'm not
an
sure what else
heiress.
to expect, Detective.
I'm impressed.
Maybe later.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
Just let me have a look at the neural interface.
Can anybody tell me why a robot would need a surgical mask?
No, it's not that. I've just caught another cold. Probably something that got in when they sent Pearl out.
Oh, God. Not this again. Last month you were convinced you had the measles.
Oh, look at that pristine bathroom. I wish I had one of those back in the Commonwealth.
Besides, I think it may be malaria.
First of all, I am a doctor.
Yes, but not a real doctor. Robotics isn't an actual medical degree.
Secondly, I've told you time and again, you can't get sick inside the suit. It's not physically possible.
I know when I'm getting sick, Bert.
I guess those two go at it all day long. Just can't. I couldn't stand to be in the same room with them. Alright, let's continue our investigation while they just argue their lives away. Oh, look at this. Ooh, a beach.
one actually felt like they were at the beach in here? Yeah, me neither.
Well, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm at the beach with that cheesy painting on the wall, and I mean, at least the sound effects are convincing. All right, we're moving on. We had a nice relaxing moment at the beach, but we have a murder investigation to continue. Oh, Lord, I hear that generator again. Please, somebody turn it off. Okay, back in the scene of the murder. Okay, let me try to follow some of these markers on my map here, and, you know, maybe we'll discover something. Okay, here we go. See if I can't pick this lock. Still a little rusty.
Got it.
There we go. Not that rusty. Should probably get that last perk in lockpicking where the bobby pin won't break. Alright, we're in the Overseer's office. I think when I was talking to one of the Robo-Brains earlier, a little message came up on the screen to search the Overseer's office, which we are attempting to do right now. But again, as I've already admitted, the Black Hornet, unmasked at the moment, is not one of the best detectives, so even though we're searching the Overseer's office, we're probably not doing a very good job of it. So far, nothing. And again, Nick is not helping me out. You know, it makes me want to take back what I said about him being the Commonwealth's greatest detective. I mean, you know, at least give me some pointers. Alright, we need to come down here and talk to this Mr. Handy.
The door to the Overseer's office is locked.
Oh, yes. Mr. Parker.
Well, actually not anymore.
After finding out that one of the other residents had been inside, said it wasn't safe. If the key isn't on him, it's probably in Mr. Parker's room. Was there anything else?
Tell me about the victim.
Mr. Ezra Parker was the primary owner and financier for the hotel.
Sorry about that phone in the background.
Experience managing venture projects around the world. It was his idea to have our premier clients become investors in the vault section of the hotel. He worked with Vault Tech to have this built to their every specification. Was there anything else?
Okay, so again, I don't know if you know, I'm not going to nitpick on poor game design, but I'd already picked the lock to the door, and yet I'm being told that I need a key, but we've already opened the Overseer's office.
Did you have any thoughts on the case?
I'm afraid not, Detective. Perhaps you'd better speak with Maxwell for that. Need to restock on hunting or fishing supplies?
Let's see what you got.
All of our items have that rustic Maine feel.
You can never have enough 2mm electromagnetic cartridges or 10mm rounds, since those are the ammo of the signature guns that the Black Hornet uses, the Deliverer and a 10mm pistol, currently modded to have explosive rounds. And since I don't know how long I'm going to be here, I think we'll just leave these shipments alone rather than try to lug those around, even though, well, I guess you can't see my carry weight. It's a good thing, because I've got a mod for that that increases it quite a bit. Alright, so we'll just take the ammo and move on. Looks like we've got a marker here.
Bingo.
Okay. The key that we don't need, the lock has already been picked. We've been inside the overseer's office, but hey, we'll take it anyway. Actually, I take that back. I think we are going to need this key to unlock a terminal in the overseer's office. Okay, here we are, the overseer's terminal. No dramatic reading here. If you want to pause the video to see the text on the screen, feel free. And what we're finding out here is that the original intention of the vault to mix two classes of people kind of got off track. You know, we were having the ultra elite class and the working class having to live together in the same vault. One of those I don't know if the word insidious is correct for this, but one of those experiments that Vault-Tec was doing on the people of the Commonwealth. So what ended up happening, they started putting people's brains inside these machines instead, and this became a vault filled with robo-brains.
Progress on construction of the second wing of the vault is completely stalled. Once the premier area of the vault had been completed, funding seems to have been cut off. My supervisors have informed me that they haven't received payment from Mr. Parker, and Vault-Tec won't pay out of pocket to continue construction. I've repeatedly approached Ezra about the finances, but he keeps telling me that Mrs. Riggs hasn't transferred the funds. However, when I asked her, Juliana said that she had just given Ezra extra for the gold paint in the rooms. I've hired an investigator to look for signs of embezzlement in a few weeks.
All right. We've completed our investigation of the
investors.
overseer's office. And it looks like we need to go and talk to Juliana Riggs. Now, for those of you that don't want spoilers, you should probably turn the video off at this point, because in a few moments the murder mystery will be solved.
Hello, detective. Here to broaden your mind for artistic inspiration.
Never mind.
I don't know why I came back in here. That crackling generator has not been shut off yet.
Hello, detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
I found
Heinous
some
again.
evidence
Somebody's
Ezra was
caught up on that
embezzling from
word.
You and the other investors.
Oh, well, I really don't believe that. Mr. Parker wouldn't do such a thing, I'm sure.
I think you're the real murderer.
That's just silly, detective. Why would I want to kill Mr. Parker?
Ezra was embezzling your money. That's why you killed him and framed Keith.
You were so close, detective.
It's a shame. I thought I could keep the ruse going
Wait,
a little
his
longer.
voice just... her voice...
Well, had to end eventually, I suppose.
She's a he.
This doesn't have to end in more violence, detective. Just walk away. I'll leave, and you can tell them I escaped.
Ezra? You're alive.
Well, congratulations on catching up, detective. Yes, I've been masquerading as Juliana for some time now.
What's it going to be, detective? Join me in getting rich? Or die defending some outdated ideals?
Well, I don't think death is one of the options. At least not for the Black Hornet.
But Juliana figured out what I was doing and had to be dealt with swiftly. I thought I could get a bit more money out of this place before making my escape.
Well, how is this going to go down?
There's only one way. One inevitable conclusion.
Not a chance. Your murder spree stops here.
Then let us end this.
Oh, dang. What the? My gut punch. All right. There we go. Explosive rounds from the 10mm pistol.
Hey, toss anything you can't haul my way.
And Ezra is no longer in the picture. Looks like the murder mystery has been solved. And now we will report back to the Mr. Handy, also known as Maxwell, and bring him up to speed.
It was Ezra. He killed Juliana and took her place to hide his tracks.
My word! I never thought Mr. Parker was capable of something like this. What happened when you confronted him?
I killed him. He had it coming.
You did the right thing, detective. There you are, detective. Payment for your services and a bonus for uncovering such a heinous plot. I don't think we could have done it.
Heinous again? I'm wondering, did he transfer his consciousness into this Mr. Handy? I guess that's going to be a mystery for another time. Alright, well that completes the Brain Dead quest and the mystery of Vault 118. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you later on the next episode.